There are two skills that get confused with each other constantly: knowing a programming concept and being able to explain that concept when someone's watching you, under pressure, in an interview. Most beginners only ever build the first one. They understand loops when they're calm, at home, with nobody watching, and then freeze the second an interviewer asks them to explain one out loud. So this list is built in layers, on purpose. First, the concepts themselves. Then, those same concepts are under pressure. Then, the way professionals actually think about code. And only after all of that, the real languages. Links to all 7 are in the description. Let's start with Layer 1. Layer 1, the concepts. Programming basics. Every programming language you'll ever touch shares the same underlying grammar. And this course teaches exactly that grammar, without tying you to any one language yet. Variables, conditional statements, looping and iteration, data types, and functions explained as universal ideas, with examples across different languages so you see how the same concept shows up wherever you go next. This is the course that makes every future course faster. Once you understand what a loop is, learning how any specific language writes one becomes translation, not a fresh climb. Layer 2, the same concepts under pressure. Programming fundamentals. Here's the honest difference between this course and the last one. Course 1 taught you what these ideas are. This one teaches you to survive being asked about them out loud. You'll cover an introduction to how programming actually builds real applications, then go deeper into variables and operators than before, including operator precedence, the kind of small detail that trips people up in live coding rounds. This course exists for one specific moment: the interview question that sounds simple but has a trap buried in it. That's a different skill from just understanding the concept, and it's the one course on this list built entirely around that pressure. Layer 3, the professional mindset. Basics of object-oriented programming. Here's something that separates hobbyists from people who write code for a living: thinking in objects, not just instructions. This course introduces classes, objects, access modifiers, inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, and encapsulation, and does it across C++, Java, and Python side by side, so you see the exact same idea expressed in 3 different languages in the same course. Why this comes before the language-specific courses, not after. Once you understand this way of thinking, every language you learn afterward gets organized into the same mental shape. Skip this, and each new language feels like starting over. Learn it now, and each new language feels like a variation on something you already know. Layer 4, real fluency, starting with structure, Java programming. Now you pick up your first actual language. Java is deliberately built around object-oriented structure, so everything from Layer 3 becomes concrete here. You'll install the Eclipse IDE, write your first real program, and move through variables, data types, operators, and control flow if-else, while for loops. You'll work with arrays, including multi-dimensional ones, and functions, including method overloading. Java's reputation for cross-platform, structured, enterprise-grade code isn't hype. It's exactly why so many large companies still build on it, and exactly why it's a strong first language to actually write. Layer 4, continued real fluency, closer to the machine. C for beginners. If Java teaches you structure, C teaches you what's actually happening underneath that structure. This course covers variables, data types, and operators the way C handles them specifically, along with input and output statements, arrays, and functions. It goes further into strings, structures, unions, and pointers, the tools you need to actually manipulate memory and complex data directly, not just work with it through a language that hides the mechanics from you. Most beginners skip C because it feels harder. It is. That's also exactly why the people who learn it end up understanding computers at a level most self-taught programmers never reach. Layer 4, continued real fluency, built for practicality, Python fundamentals for beginners. And here's the language most people reach for once they actually want to build something fast. You'll start with variables, data types, operators, and loops inside Jupyter Notebook, the tool most working developers actually use daily. From there, object-oriented programming ties directly back to Layer 3, and you move into exception handling and file management for dealing with errors and real data. The course goes further into regular expressions for pattern matching, PyTest for testing your own code, and even how a tool like GitHub Copilot fits into a real workflow. By now, you've seen the exact same ideas, variables, loops, and objects expressed in 3 completely different languages. That repetition is what actually locks the concepts in, far more than learning any one language once ever could. Layer 5, the specialist, introduction to JavaScript. And finally, the one language on this list built for a single specific place, the browser. This course covers JavaScript's core concepts, variables, data types, operators, conditional statements, loops, functions, arrays, and objects, and shows you how JavaScript uses all of it to add logic and interactivity to a web page, turning something static into something that actually responds to a person using it. Here's why it's last, honestly. JavaScript makes far more sense once you already understand programming broadly. Learn it first, and you might mistake how JavaScript does things for how programming works. Learn it last, and you can clearly see what's universal and what's just JavaScript being JavaScript. So here's the actual takeaway. You didn't have to guess a language on day one, and that was the point. You built the shared grammar first, tested it under pressure, learned how professionals actually think about code, and only then became fluent in 4 real, very different languages. One built for structure, one for raw control, one for practical speed, and one for the web specifically. Go through these one at a time, in this order if you can. If a language ends up not clicking for you, that's useful information, not failure. You'll already understand why it doesn't fit instead of just feeling lost. After each course, write one small program using nothing but what you just learned. If this gave you a clear way to actually start, hit like, subscribe for more free skill roadmaps, and tell me in the comments which of these 4 languages you are most drawn to after seeing how they compare. Keep building, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, you can enroll in Great Learning Academy for free. Choose from hundreds of courses across multiple domains and earn a certificate of completion along the way. And if you want to take it a step further, you can try Great Learning Academy Pro Plus with a free trial. It provides access to additional premium courses with more advanced content from distinguished faculty, along with features like guided projects, a resume builder, and mock interviews to make your learning journey even richer. Link is in the description.